Hey everyone, what's up? This is Hiram here, back with another video, and our today's topic is background in CSS. How we can use the different backgrounds using colors, gradients, images, how we set the size and position of the background, how we attach them, how we clip them, and the repetition, almost everything about the background. So let's get into it. First of all, the background, we are going to learn about the background color. Background color property sets the background color of an element using a color value, or sometimes we use the keywords also. In the previous video, I think you guys have watched. If you haven't, please go back and check that one. Over there I have used the background color, and the keywords about the background color, there are some keywords we can use them. The first keyword is transparent, and this transparent color, it's the keyword, it specifies that the background color should be transparent. It is by default, or it is a default color or default value, we can say, of the background. Okay, then we have another. Let me write the definition of this. Okay, so it specifies that the background color should be transparent, and let me see, this is default. Okay, let me bring it here so easy for you guys to look at it. Okay, the other keyword is inherit, and it inherits, spelling of my inherit is, let me correct it. Okay, so it inherits the property from its parent element. Okay, let me define you again the property of its parent element. Again, I'm recommending you to watch the previous videos of mine, the first chapter of CSS, in which I have defined the selectors. Now, what is the how to inherit from the parent element? If you guys move back, you can see that I have defined this selector, this child selector. This child selector, let me see, the P is a child selector, and how we know that the P is a child selector of this, the P is the child of this div, by using this greater than sign. So whatever, suppose the div has a blue color of background, or background, so we want the paragraph should also have a blue background. So we can use the inherit keyword to get that background from div for P. Okay, that is why it is known as child selector, or this is the example. Actually, right now I have explained you about the inherit property or inherit keyword. Okay, there is another keyword which is known as initial. Okay, and very descriptive. What is initial? Initial means that the meaning of this initial keyword, this initial keyword is that it sets the property to its default value. When we will, it sets the property to its default value. Okay, now when we will use it in the examples, you guys will understand. This is what I have and about the background color. It is about the keywords we used in the background colors. We can define the background colors in other ways also. So there are few ways to define the background colors. The first way, we can only use the color names like blue. Blue. Let me make it visible to you guys. Black, powder blue, or pink, or whatever. Okay. One way is we can use the color by using their names. The other way, one way we can use color by using their names, the other way by using these keywords, the transparent, inherent, and initial. And there is another way, which is hex codes. Okay, Hexa color code or hex color code. Hex color code pattern is hash, and suppose I want to say F5, and F5. It is showing a gray color. Let me and F7. It is also showing in the gray color. Okay, let me show you something else. I'm sorry for because the color is not so visible. There is a shade of a gray color. Let me define it too in a more clear way. Okay. Mostly I used Adobe Color Wheel. This is the Adobe Color Wheel. Okay, color.adobe.com, and here this is the wheel, and here they have. Let me increase it, and you can see that here we have the different numbers with the hash sign. So these numbers are known as hex codes or hex numbers. Let me go with the custom shade, and I just suppose I just want to use this color. So what can I do? I'm just copying it from here, and I'm going to paste this color within my editor. And yes, so you can see that this is the way to use the Hexa color. Why I'm seeing the color like this? Because I'm using the VS Code editor. I have installed the extension Emmet for this color selection. I don't remember exactly the name, but if you guys want, let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you the I'll let you know about this extension. Okay, so this is the way we use the hex colors in our CSS. Okay, this is one way. Like we cannot say one way, actually this is the third way right now here according to the definition. There is another way to define colors, and that is RGBA. Sorry, RGB, and I'll define you the RGBA also. RGB is stands for red, green, and blue, and it requires 3 separate values between 0 to 255. Okay, I'm sorry, 0 to 255. It requires the values between 0 to 255. How we can define these RGB colors? Like we can say, yeah, let me write it here just for the explanation purpose, then later we will use them in our CSS. Background color RGB. So I want it 5, suppose. No. Okay, let me go with 0. I'm not sure about the color right now, so that's why I'm a bit confused here. Okay, it's a black. Okay, 0, 0, and 0. But if I change here, suppose I should say 5, 8, and 5, 8, and 0. No, We can use any color, 5, 8 and 55 suppose. So it is giving me the blue color, kind of a blue color. Let me say, okay, let me write it here again for this, then it will be easy for you guys to understand. Background color and RGB is 8976. Suppose I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, so there is a different color here, you guys can see. Okay, so if I say the 89 should be 19, so there is a type of a blue or green or gray, something like this. So you can see that how we can use RGBs, hex. There is another thing which is known as RGBA. RGBA. Now what is this RGBA? Same red, green, blue, but this A means alpha. We increase or decrease some sort of opacity in the within our color. How we can use that? I'm just saying background and the background color. So RGBA, and here we have defined 3 colors, RG as red, green and blue. Here I'm going to define 4 colors, red, green, blue, alpha, like for the opacity. Let's go with the first one, the first number, and 55, and then I'm going to say -6. Sorry, 6, and let me go with -6. It is not showing anything. There should be something. Sorry, not with minus. I'm sorry, with 0.6. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Okay, so here it is showing the opacity of the color, like this A alpha. It means that it is showing the opacity. The color is same, but as I've used this 0.6, so it is showing the opacity. If I decrease it, like 2, it is showing the other opacity. Okay, if I say 8, you guys can see more close to this one. Okay, and if I say 9, I think it could be almost same. So I should go with the 4 to show the opacity. Okay, if I'm 0.4 means 40% opacity. Okay, if I'm going to say 5, it means 50% opacity. As I've used 8, it means 80% opacity. So this 0.8 is showing the opacity of these colors, like this red, blue and green, 80%. Okay, the opacity of the following colors are shown here in 80%. Hope you guys are getting the point. Now there is another thing which is known as HSL, and it is, let me bring it down. Okay, HSL. I'm sorry, actually I was working on some other project, so it is my okay. HSL. This is another way to declare a color, and the use of the color is similar like RGBA or RGB. Okay, we have HSL and HSLA. Okay, same like RGB and RGBA. What is HSL? H stands for hue, S stands for saturation, and AL stands for light. So the lightness and saturation can be between 0 to 100%. Let me write it here. Okay, say hue. I'm sorry about this. Hue, saturation, and lightness. Okay, so hue can be the degree of let me show you here in the color wheel. the degrees of the colors are started from 0 to 360. Okay, it has the different degrees from 0 to 360 because it's a circle, and you know about the radius of the circle. Okay, so it is a 360 degree, from 0 to 360 degrees. So we can define the hue from 0 to 360 degrees. Okay, and then the saturation, we can define it from 0% to 100%. We cannot go beyond it. Same with lightness, 0% to 100%. And here let me write 0 to 360 degrees or degree. Okay, so this is HSL, hue, saturation, and lightness. We use this way also. Let me use it in an example. And background color, and the background color should be HSL, and here actually the degree should be 120. The saturation could be 50%, and the light can be 80%. You can see, we cannot see because it is in white color. I need to change my colors, so it should be, let me say, 100% and 50%. Again, it is white, so let me go with something else. Not 120, it should be 160. The saturation should be 10. Light also 10%. Okay. And it is not showing me anything. Let me, because I wanted to make it visible for you guys, that you will understand what's going on. Okay, let me say 50. It should show something, but it is not. Okay, sorry, I mistook. So it is in a green color. But if I say 10, 100%, and it should also be 10 and 50, and 50 should be 80. Then you can see the color, the degree of the color. If I want to have 180, and the saturation could be 19, and the lightness of this would be 100%. It is white. It is white. Okay, we cannot see this one. So let me change it like I'm sorry for this message. Okay, so I think that you guys understand the purpose of this HSL, and same we use this HSL for HSLA for defining the alpha color. Let me write here the same color as I was going with 120. Okay, I'm sorry, it isn't visible. 120, and let me remove it actually. And so 120, 100%, and 50%. It is going to show us the green color. Let's go with the same green. And here I want to let's go with the HSLA, and for that I'm going to say background color. Here it should be HSLA, and this shouldn't be here. Okay, 120. I'm using the same colors to show you the difference of opacity, and sorry, 0.3% means 30% of opacity. Okay, you can see the difference. Here the opacity is 30%. In RGBA we use 0.8, we use the 0, but here in HSLA we don't use 0, we just use 0.3, or it means 30%. If I use 0.5, 50%. If I use 0.8, 80%, and if I use 0.2, then 20%. Okay, hope you guys understand what I have tried to explain you. In the next video we are going to learn about background gradient, because I think it's too much for today. And if you like the video and want to learn more, do subscribe the channel, hit the like button, and let me know in your comments below if you guys are understanding it well. If not, then I'll find some other good way to help you guys. Okay, do subscribe the channel, hit the like button. Bye bye, see you next time.